Hey everyone, Alden from Prodigy Analytics here, back to break down the 2023 competitive awards. Today we'll be taking a look at the finalists for Duo of the Year. We place events into three distinct categories: FNCS Grand Finals, major third-party events, and minor events, so things like Elite Cups and Cash Cups. As for how we value the different events, it's FNCS by a mile, followed by major third-party events, and in a very distant third, minor events. To use an analogy, FNCS is the Kobe beef, third-party majors, sirloin, and minor events, a gas station hot dog. For the purpose of discussion in this video, we'll need to establish a way to weight each event. We can use the following scale to award points based on placement, similar to what you'd see used in power rankings. Now, we presented this in our NA Player of the Year video, but we'll still review it here. The players competing in global championships had a combined 358 finals in Chapter 4. We can express the total number of Chapter 4 finals by the players competing in each FNCS or major third-party event as a ratio relative to globals. We can then use those ratios to determine the point values to award for each event. Doing so, you can see we get the following scores. As you can see here, Malibuca and Thomas come out significantly ahead of the other duos, including over 100 points more than Mero and Cooper, or in other words, the equivalent of winning global championships in the scale we used here. For the major third-party events, we can take it a step further. We'll still use the multiplier, but let's go ahead and have the scores. It's not that we think the third-party events are that much less valuable, but perhaps you do, in which case we want to remove any shred of doubt you may have regarding who the top duo is. Once we do that, we get the following. So if you want to base your vote on everything a duo did this year, Thomas and Malibuca are the clear favorites. If that wasn't enough, they also won 3 minor events and placed top 10 12 different times, second only to Acorn and Cold in both categories.
Now maybe you don't value third-party events at all. If we remove these from consideration, you get the following scores for each duo based on the point structure that we've laid out. As you can see, Acorn and Cold come out as the clear favorites. The biggest negative against Cooper and Mero is that they didn't compete in Major 1. Since this is an award for Duo of the Year, missing a quarter of the year's biggest events is a significant penalty. So, if you find yourself in the camp of not valuing anything other than FNCS, specifically Global Championships, you have Acorn and Cold as comfortable favorites, with Cami and Setty not far behind. We don't know that it makes sense not to include those third-party events. They happened and are another data set to use, but if that's your thing, then you have your scoring there. Let's consider some other points. We chose these specific stats as they each covered a different aspect of play. The games with 5 or more eliminations showed each duo's ability to have an explosive game. The top 10 games reflect how often a team is able to secure a top placement and navigate the late game. Last, the 0-point games highlight each team's ability to limit negative games and provide a consistent influx of points. In each category, Acorn and Cold and Mero and Cooper were best amongst our finalists. When just considering FNCS results, the choice for Duo of the Year is easy. It's Acorn and Cold. They also competed in DreamHack Dallas together, so they still have a result in a major third-party event, something Cooper and Mero don't. Finally, as icing on the cake, Acorn and Cold also had more success than any other finalist in minor events, winning 5 total and placing top 10 16 different times.
So there you have it. If you're voting based on the entire body of work in 2023, then Thomas and Malibuca are the duo for you, as their results in third-party events combined with their FNCS performance are enough to lap the competition. If you're an FNCS fanatic and the only third party you're familiar with is your friend complaining that you always tag along on his dates, then Acorn and Cold are the choice. For the other two duos, it's a simple process of elimination. Cami and Setty lose out to Acorn and Cold on FNCS performance alone, and Thomas and Malibuca if you include third party events. As for Mero and Cooper, they lose out to both Acorn and Cold and Cami and Setty based only on FNCS performance, and all 3 other finalists if you include third party events. So there you have it, folks. We hope you enjoyed this analysis and happy voting. Until next time, take care.